Howdy, Howlers. It's Sako Toomey, also known as Cass Voigt. This morning, I'm going to be reading through Weave the Liminal by Laura Tempest Zakroff. We're roughly halfway in. Hi, Jenny. I decided to go a little early. It's fine, right? If I go a little early, we can start reading early and maybe wrap up early. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Happy Maybond! Absolutely. Oh, I'm making cookies today. Hell yeah. And also have pumpkin cookies right behind me. Yes. Maybond cookies. Okay, cool. Thanks for being here. All right. Right, because the new gig. Yeah. Yeah. Sort of by, well, I don't know. You choose to have work? I guess. I don't know. Work is kind of necessary. Sadly. Even though I'm supposed to be taking this week off, I think I'm going to work on branding things and business plan things. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Renata. Very cool that you both are here. Also, Nicole, I really like your stories so far. If you are unaware, Nicole Ford Thomas just released a little collection of writings called Ghost Stories for the Brokenhearted. Hey, Nightbot, I'm drinking coffee. How do I feel after the release party? Good. I didn't get too rowdy or loud. Wrapping up was really hard. Parting ways with Doll was also really hard because I always love hanging out with her. She's so super chatty. Set your writing schedule around outside work. That's a good idea. But so currently I get 50% profit from Storyteller's Vault, which means I have 7 copies have been bought in the last 24 hours. I'm going to say. Which is, my goal is to sell 50 copies. So I'm feeling like I'm on a pretty good path. If I can get 50 by the end of the month, then I will have considered myself a success. It'll be cool. More coffee. Yeah. All right. One more cookie. Buying one of Nicole's Ghost Stories for the Brokenhearted, you should. It's a quick read. It's good stuff. Aww. You have the final version of the book, dear. You don't gotta pay for it. Ginny was an arc reader for me. Also, Mary Mabon, to everyone in the chat. Oh, geez, Ginny. You're so sweet. All right. Let's see here. We got age, experience, secrets, and the fear of missing out, which is going to be interesting. Oh. All right. In this section, I want to talk about some common issues that seekers often encounter when starting on their paths. There's the factor of age, relative experience, the natural progression of learning, the fascination or obsession with secrets and mysteries, and the fear that you might be missing out on something wonderful. All of these things are common, but you may feel deceptively alone as you experience them. A combination of them might make you feel pressured to make choices that lead to more confusion than clarity. My goal here is to put your mind at ease and prepare you as well. When I was much younger and finding my way on the path, I felt that surely there were secrets to be uncovered, protected by the initiated, and handed out to the worthy, that if I found the right mystery, tradition, or gatekeeper, all the knowledge would be revealed. Now, I believe there are no secrets, but only revelations. There we go. That isn't to say there aren't mysteries and that all of the answers are out there in plain sight. Rather, we learn things as we are ready to receive them, and no one person or path has all the answers. Growing up, we tend to think of our parents as infallible and believe they must know everything. But as we become adults ourselves, we realize that they are human just like us. That means that they can be equally as wrong as they are right, depending upon their experiences and choices. The same is true of an elder of any path or tradition. They are not all-knowing or always right, but it is important, with our parents as well as our elders, to give respect where it is deserved. And a true elder, as with a good parent, fosters relationships that allow respect to flow in both directions. What does that mean, and what does that look like? Hi, Natalie. So good to see you. Hooray. All right. In both dance and witchcraft classes, I often talk about the stages of growth I've observed. The neophyte or the beginner, eager to learn everything, freely admits they know nothing. The acolyte or beginner mediate, staunchly dedicated to what they're learning, full of fervor for their newfound passion, and quite vocal about everyone and everything else being wrong. The practitioner or the intermediate, a swinging pendulum of confidence and insecurity, trying to prove they know things while secretly worried they will be found out for not knowing. And the elder or advanced, has forgotten more things that they can count than they can count. Has forgotten more things than they can count. Are still avid learners, open to new ideas, and aren't afraid to say they don't know. I've been blessed to work with several wonderful mentors along my path up until this point, And what sets those individuals apart from other would-be teachers is that they are just as willing to seek advice from me as I am from them. Absolutely. Geez. Even though they are recognized masters of their respective fields, and have been practicing for decades, they are not closed to hearing about other experiences and perspectives. They also find that their own paths are more fulfilled when they seek answers outside of themselves and what they already know. That was a weird sentence. The biggest secret that is not a secret is this. The more we learn, the more we are open to grow and share, and the more we can understand what makes, connects, and expands us. And that power doesn't come from hiding, gatekeeping, or taking from others, but from mastering ourselves, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Anyone who tells you that they are keepers of the secrets and that you must submit to them to discover them, well, they're essentially telling you they don't know any. A person who louds, "Don't you know who I am?" over anyone else hasn't reached the elder stage. They're more concerned with what they know and what power they can hold over others. Some modern magical practices rely on a scarcity model focused on exclusive club mentality. They imply that they are hidden, almost lost things that you can discover only through very special gates. That is more about preserving power and a sense of hierarchy than about wisdom and safeguarding knowledge. Ginny, are you a mod? Did that come up as a link, Hebit? Do what you want to do. So yeah, go check out Ginny's Mabon post. Ginny's Mabon post. Ginny's Mabon post. Ginny's Mabon post. Yeah. Le song. Yes, she is. Okay. I'm going to share my screen real quick. Wrong window. There we go. Share screen. Chrome tab. Pixabays. Woo. Cool. Oh, and they're the whatchamacallits. Come on, Sako. Regents. I don't know. There's a better word. Yeah. Herbs and their associations. Stones and their associations. Harvest and money and all of those cool things. And also creativity, but money. Fizzle, huh? Never realized that. I've been doing homework on Inanna, and she is a badass bitch. Also kind of arrogant, but also not her mother. She's a goddess of fertility and procreation, but not a mother. Cool. Everyone has different ways of celebrating. You can host a bonfire for friends and family. Have fun with what you do. Manifestation builds with these energies. Awesome. Looks great, Jenny. Very cool. Simple is great, to be honest. The information is often lost in grand gestures. This is the sort of blog I'll actually read. I made an account. Oh, thank you. On Insta. Oh, okay. Gotta refresh my thingy. It says disappearing message. Oh, I guess I need to look at it on my phone. I'll look at it later. It won't let me look at it on desktop. Stop screen. There we go. I'm decorating today too. That was the purpose though. Cool. Yep. Good stuff, Jenny. I will share, and yeah, it will be cool. Let's see. It's human nature to be worried that we're missing out on something. That even though we're functioning just fine and coming across things in a decent progression, maybe somewhere, somehow, somebody else has a secret knowledge of hidden wisdom that we're missing. Particularly because they're telling us they have big, delicious secret pie that is limited to only the chosen, the elite, the special. They may also have a bridge to sell you. Oh my gosh, come on. This is more than one page. To all seekers, the answers are waiting within you, poised for the right time and place to be revealed. It won't happen all at once, nor from one source, but if you seek, you shall find. Sometimes the best revelations aren't the ones that you think you're looking for. Ain't that the truth? And revelations can't be forced. I learned that the hard way. Look at your journey as nonstop. As you go along your path, you will pick up tools that help you uncover more clues, maps, and possibilities. It's essentially a choose-your-own-adventure book that has infinite possibilities, all unique to you. All right, go get ready for work. Have a great day. Happy Midbon. The first, I'll swap to Halloween, so minimal decorations. Right on. Yeah, my husband has been rolling his eyes at all the Halloween stuff that I've been ordering, like house decorations and stuff. Because usually he takes me out to like Target or something, and we see what the what's in stock. But you know, shopping being what it is now, I went to Spirit Halloween, I went to Michael's, and I bought a lot of stuff. I need to buy another bin for Halloween stuff. Ooh, excuse me. I'm going to take a moment to look at my thingy. Where are my messages? There they are. View the damn photo. Ooh, pretty. Quill Cottage, huh? I might still make the spaces between Nicole, Ford, and Thomas, but that's just a matter of like opinion, really. Like, I think it looks great the way it is. Yeah, looks great. All right. I would show it to everybody, but sadly, it will not view on my desktop. Oh, goodness. I don't have enough coffee. The wise witch knows that in order to uncover the secrets within, they must be able to listen, to be kind, and to be bold. The whole universe is a free-for-all kitchen and buffet of wisdom. There are all sorts of pies out there, made by all kinds of people. All you need to do is choose wisely, eat your share, and do some work in the kitchen yourself. Next section is the dangers of witchcraft. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I'm wondering if... Hi, Bonnie. Good to see you. Boop. Woo. I think I need to buy a better camera. I think that's a thing I might need to do. I'm like trying to level up my video time stuff. Like, this is okay for lives and stuff, but like my video quality needs to, you know. All right. The dangers of witchcraft. It's been quite a fashionable topic to talk about how witchcraft is truly dangerous, and the reason for this trend are wide and varied. Some folks emphasize that they are putting the teeth back into witchcraft. Others are more concerned about venturing into and working with the realm of the other, working with blood, dirt, bones, urine, nails, and poisonous herbs, flight, and thorns. The evening out of odds, a dark power tapped into, ring of oaths and seals, laws and deals. I get it. I really do. But that's not really why I think witchcraft is dangerous. I once read a snippet of an interview with Doreen Valiente, who, when asked, is witchcraft dangerous, replied along the lines of, sure, but so is crossing the street. #truth. She basically said, yes, of course, all of those things are dangerous, but what is danger, and to whom? Living life is the thing. I think we need to dig deeper into history and ourselves to discover the danger, and most importantly, to make use of it. The witch is the ultimate wild one, yet the witch is Yet the witch is of the secret order of all things, the one with an eye on the pattern beneath and within all things. It is the undercurrent of hidden knowledge that has survived the death of lineages, the loss of leaders and guides, against the tides of persecution and torture through rapids of governments and religions. Witchcraft is dangerous because it makes us think critically. It asks us to consider all of the angles, to defy and dispel illusions or create them. It is the tapping into the power within. It is the harnessing of the power without. It is a triumph of personal will and a celebration of essence. Witchcraft is dangerous because it is the tool of the subversive, the downtrodden, the disillusioned, and the disenfranchised. It gives voice to those who have been silenced, eyes to the blinded, sound to those whose ears were covered, and hands and legs to those who could not move. Yes, it can be seen as a means for social reform, but witchcraft starts first with the witch. Change can happen from just one point of origin, with just one witch, one idea put into motion. They will tell you that the mob is powerful and can't be changed, that society's will is greater than yours. They will say, let it go, accept it, don't think, stop being witches, play nice, conform. They say that because they know the truth, that even one witch has power. Even just one can bring change and turn the tide. It takes just one witch to light the cauldron's fire and purify the drink. Just one witch can make a difference, and that's why witchcraft is dangerous. It is the crack in the wall of false castles, the rust in the armor of old ideas, the voice of truth and dissent against the chorus of those who would not have you think, fight, or even exist. But you are not alone. Now a new chapter. So what do you guys think about her words about why witchcraft is dangerous? Is it dangerous because we have numbers and we have power? Because it only takes one, but the more we have, the more we get shit done. I should do another spell, like regarding the success of my book. I'm gonna eat a cookie and a pumpkin cookie. Happy May Bonnie. The intent, huh? Well, dangerous to who, right? Am I considered dangerous? Is magic dangerous to me? Is witchcraft dangerous to me? I don't think so. I think it could, but I'm not as afraid of messing up a spell as I was in my youth, because I was always afraid that something would go terribly, terribly wrong if I messed up a spell. I don't think that witchcraft is any more dangerous than being a human at all. Yeah. That being said, it's pretty dangerous. I kind of think of it like a thrashing snake. I mean, you can train snakes. You can make them domestic. You can kind of, harness the power of a snake, but it's still a snake. It's still going to be wild. It's like taking in a feral cat. Hi, bye. How you doing this morning? Happy Maybon. We just wrapped up that chapter, and we're about to get into the witch's craft. Ooh, cool. Where's Doll? Jeez. Her stuff is very liminal. Her and who's it? What now? Sean. I'm gonna take a peek here. Uncommon witch, observe and obscure, listen and speak, change and rest, fear, intuition and instinct. Hey, I was just talking about that. Fear of doing it wrong, being called out, or looking stupid. Just doing it wrong. Like, I thought the universe was going to attack me. It can be dangerous in the sense you can draw things in you don't want. That's true. Absolutely. You can open a gate for an unwelcome guest. Absolutely. Happy Maybon. Bye's doing great, except have to put my writing down for chores, and I don't want to. Yeah, I get that. So it'd help my motivation listening to you guys discussing super interesting stuff. Awesome. I should probably, before I start this chapter, I should probably make some coffee. I have a thing. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Getting more coffee. Oh. Okay, I have returned. Oh. Gives me a chance to hang some laundry and be back inside for the chapter in time. Yay! Hello, Bex. Thanks. Do you have a release party hangover? I don't, but I was kind of hoping it would keep going. You know what I mean? So I think Nightbot will probably be still posting the stuff like, hey, you should drink some water. Hey, here's the link to the shop. You know, stuff like that. Thank you. All right. Have grandbabies, all three of them. Ugh. This morning, so I may not be able to stay, but for a few minutes while they are occupied eating breakfast. All right. Leave the liminal. Let's do this. I have a blessing or gift. It is also somewhat of a curse, depending on how you look at it. It is my ability to maintain calm in the midst of chaos. Hey, me too. I should note that you could define chaos with both negative and positive connotations here. Everyone's super excited about things. I'm calm and absorbing it. Shit is hitting the fan. There I am, scoping things out, gathering information, formulating plans. It's a curse in the sense that it sometimes gets me in trouble with others because I don't exhibit strong enough reactions from their point of view. But I can also guarantee you, per my name, that when it's time to say or do something, I do it in full force, all the way. This ability to carefully watch and observe what's going on, calculate systems of balance and possible outcomes, and then act accordingly with authority is essential to the witch's craft. Much of what could be considered supernatural or extraordinary about witches really comes down to honing one's skills of perception and fostering intuition. There we go. Most people just don't really pay attention to the world around them. When you take time to consider probability, cause and effect, and notice details others miss, you are able to see patterns clearly. This vision aids you in being able to predict and guide those patterns. So for this chapter on the craft of the witch, we're going to start precisely with focusing on those skills. Then we'll explore magic, metaphysics, spellcraft, sacred space, sacred space, and divination. And here, the idea here is not to feed you a list of spells and basic how-tos, but to stimulate the thought processes that will enhance your abilities and make you an effective witch. Cool, because I don't need to be walked through this stuff. I need like stuff to think about. Only here to drop a like, for I am going to write 10K today. Oh my gosh. I want to practice writing without live streams or others in chat cheering me on since I have been pulling back more. Cool. Yeah, let me know how that goes if you actually reach 10K. Have a good day, Destiny. Have a productive day. Yeah. Kick ass. Is this drinkable? It's really hot. Secrets of the Uncommon Witch. I don't know, are all witches uncommon? I do have a book called Basic Witches. I suppose they would be the common witch. Making sigils with like emojis and stuff. It's an interesting thought. I might. I make my own emojis, so that's kind of weird. Ooh. Still super hot. All right. Secrets of the Uncommon Witch. I grew up hearing my father say, common sense isn't common. As a young child, that saying was mystifying, but as I grew older, I began to understand its meaning. My upbringing challenged me to think critically, consider deeply, and solve creatively. I discovered that what seemed to be obvious and unspoken truth to me wasn't the norm. In the mirror of society, my sense of normal is really somewhat abnormal to others, but I've had a lifetime to get used to it. Yeah, this woman speaks wisdom. We could be friends. I know I just took a sip from this, but I want coffee. Super hot. I have found that my father's saying can definitely apply to the practice of witchcraft. Some of the traits and abilities I value and admire the most are often overlooked for more sexy ones by the larger population. People tend to gravitate toward what stands out the most as proof of their witchiness, proclaiming their weirdness for all to see. Oh. The same is true for many performing arts, where dancers or musicians may turn to fancy tricks in order to stand out, but it becomes more gimmick than art. Tricks provide flash and attention, but offer very little real substance in the long run. When you're weird, or weird, W-Y-R-D, weird, from the inside out, I think the sense of knowing or being seen for who you are becomes naturally evident with very little effort. So what are these overlooked jewels that can help you master witchcraft? Some hidden secret read or rune? No, they're simply 6 words, 3 pairs of commanding verbs that are fascinatingly dualistic in nature. The pairing is essential because each one balances out the other. As with the tendency of black and white thinking, it can be very easy to become unbalanced if you believe one side trumps the other. Oh yeah. These words may look basic in presentation, but they represent skills, abilities, or talents I believe are essential to witchcraft. Some may dismiss them as obvious, but sometimes that which is in plain sight is the most elusive to understand and achieve. The least sparkling object may hold the greatest jewel within it. So the words are observant and obscure, listen and speak, change and rest, fear, intuition, and instinct. I think that's it. Yeah. We got time. Observe and obscure, which is watch. We notice signs, signals, and symbols found in nature, in people, animals, in liminal spaces. Through our observations, we reveal and divine, we make careful choices. We bring knowledge and wisdom into the light, and yet at the same time, we know the value of obscuring, of hiding, of illusion. We are familiar with the safety found within the dark and that which is hushed under velvet layers. How to observe. Slow down, turn away from the flashing and talking screens in your life for a few moments and really look at what's going on around you. If you're inside, what's the space like? Who or what is there with you? What furniture or other items are in the room? Where's the exit? Are there windows? What's the temperature like? What's the volume of the room? If you are outside, what's the sky doing? What's the weather like? Where does the wind come from? What are the birds and animals doing? How many are there? What's blooming and fading? How to obscure. Recognize that not everything has to be made public for all to see. You do not have to reveal everything about yourself to everyone or to anyone who asks. You don't have to explain everything. Also, part of glamour is to emphasize that you want to draw attention to while also knowing what you wish to minimize. Listen and speak. Which is listen. It is part of the observation skill. But we don't listen just to respond or to know when to speak. Okay, so this is a behavior that I'm noticing amongst my family, most especially. Well, you're here now, bye. It's okay. But the idea that people don't take part in conversation, they're just waiting for their turn to speak. Like when my sister and my mother talk to each other, they are just telling their own story. And when there's a pause, the other tells their own story. And then she goes back to telling the rest of her story. And then she goes back to telling the rest of her story. So they're really just waiting for their turn to talk. And they're not actually listening to each other. They're not actually understanding what's being said. And it's really jarring to me. It's really jarring. Hi, Connor. Jeez, I thought I had this age restricted. But I'm glad you're here. And I also wanted to apologize for Wednesday. I said something that was rather inconsiderate, and it really bugged the shit out of Savvy. So I hope you weren't offended. Maybe you were. I don't know. All right. When we speak, we don't do it to hear ourselves talk. We don't waste breath. Rather, we speak to guide and instruct, to make a difference when it is within our power to do so. We know our words hold power. We don't use them to make empty threats or pompous boasts, but we can use them as knives to cut and cleanse, as well as we can use them to balm, as a balm to heal and protect. It's hard to feel heard. Yeah, I know what you mean. And I don't know how to I mean, I informed my sister. We had like a heart-to-heart that was like 5 hours long. But she's aware that she does it, and she's trying to actually overcome that. So I feel like she finally heard me, and she finally understood me after decades of not feeling empathetic towards me. And now she gets it. She gets what was happening in 2008 when I was homeless and, I lost my job. I lost my fiance. I lost my dream job. I lost my fiance. I lost my apartment. And then I went to Florida to take care of my grandfather who was sick, and he died terribly. So I was going through a lot, and my sister was not empathetic. But after our talk a couple weeks ago in the car coming back from West Virginia, she's like, wow, I was kind of crazy at the time. I'm sorry I wasn't doing those things. All right. heal, and protect. How to listen. Most people proclaim that they know how to listen, but in reality, they are multitasking. Either they're visually processing other information, like on their phone or while driving, or they're anxiously awaiting their turn to speak, listening only for the break instead of hearing and processing what's being said. If you're speaking directly with someone, watch their body language and make eye contact. Sense how they are feeling and what they are saying, not just with their words, but with their body as well. Instead of immediately wondering how what they're saying could relate to you and how you should respond, take the time to acknowledge what they are sharing. Ask questions respectfully and repeat back information that you need to confirm or are confused about. You'll be amazed at how much more you'll remember and what other information you will glean. Additionally, even if you are alone in a room, what sounds do you hear? What is the hum of the room? Think about how that noise contributes to the overall feel of the room. If you are outside, what sounds can you decipher? Have the birds gone silent, or are the crows making a ruckus again? How to speak. Sure, we all know how to talk with our mouths and our hands, but speaking tends to be a different matter. When you feel you have something important to say, make sure you take time to breathe. Imagine expressing out through your chest, heart, lungs versus out of your head. This redirection not only helps to keep you calmer, but also gives you an aura of authority to your words. Also, volume doesn't necessarily equate with power. People tend to have a tendency to tune out repetitive loud noise. If you are speaking more softly, it often makes people pay closer attention so they can hear what you are saying. Notice that I look at the world from such a different angle than 99% of people I know. I catch myself often trying to get them on the same page as me. All parties involved feel unheard then. Yeah, I know what you mean. I am working on that as a Gemini. My mouth is often way too sharp and quick. Good in comedy, but not in personal relationships. See what you mean. Change and rest. One of my favorite root word definitions for witch is one who bends or changes. Witches bring about change. Physical, metaphysical, emotional, spiritual, mental, any and all are possible. We can affect the microcosm to influence the microcosm. Hold on, let me try that again. We can affect the microcosm to influence the macrocosm. We can change ourselves and shift our environment. But then there's also the other side of change, and that is knowing when to rest, to be still, when not to act. Sometimes you just have to let things be, and sometimes it's not your place or job to do the thing. I know. I will admit that the skill of rest has been the hardest for me to master. I'm a workaholic and an overthinker. I want to help, do, make, and create, but for my own good as well as that of others, sometimes it's best just to step back and let the fields fallow for a bit. How to change. Change involves owning your power and not being afraid to use it. Be open to opportunities. Keep an eye out for openings and stand your ground for what you believe in. Sometimes change happens not because you move, but because you refused to be moved. Other times we realize our own ideas are holding us back. If things don't seem to be flowing in your direction as expected, that is often a sign to examine our position and reevaluate. We have to be willing at times to change ourselves to get things moving. How to rest. Did Bonnie say a thing and I don't know? Oh, she retracted her thing. It's true though. My Sagittarius mother and Libra brother often complain about the mental whiplash I can give them. Oh. It has upsides though. Switching so fluently and successfully comes in handy sometimes. It can have its benefits. And I suspect if you get really good at it, it can be quite beneficial. But it can also be an instinct, and maybe not great to that be your knee-jerk reaction. They always say that Tauruses and dogs are super stubborn. And I try not to be. I try to be quite open to things. If I feel like I'm right about something, then I feel like I'm really right about something, and I will take in all the information and consider it. But it's I don't know. I don't know what I'm stubborn about, and I don't know what I'm. It's not my knee-jerk reaction anymore. To be bullheaded, to be the bull in the china shop, the super works in my favor, but I tend to make the impression that I am flighty, and don't really stand for anything, and or are inconsistent and unpredictable. Yeah. I am also a Taurus. I'm a Taurus dog. We've got 5 minutes left. We will get into how to speak. Yeah. No. How to rest. We will get into how to rest tomorrow. Yeah, the idea of I don't like putting up with stuff. Yeah, I don't like putting up with it either. I have met a Taurus. Look at that, actually. 2 Tauruses. Counting chat. Yeah. I think of Taurus is also able to be very steady and loyal. But yeah, Gemini and Tauri, they sort of the Taurus would probably likely be the listener, and then the Gemini would be the speaker. You go on tangents a lot, don't you? I agree. I do not put up with bullshit. I do not put up with bullshit. The girl's a Cappy. Nothing fun here. My husband's a Cappy. Well, he's a cusp baby between Sagittarius and Capricorn. It's kind of funny. I read a thing when I was young about astrology pertaining to Taurus and what our compatible signs are. And it said that Capricorns would be fine, but that's all they would be. They would just be fine. Like, it would be a very boring relationship because neither of them would take the reins. Though the Sagittarius in my husband kind of like, lights a fire under his ass. So really, and I feel bad for this, but I shut down so easily. Yeah, actually, me too. Which I never thought would be the case. But Taurus and Leo get along really well. I always chalked it up to because I have Leo rising. But yeah, it's totally a thing. All right. It is 1 minute till 10 a.m. Thank you all for joining me for this coffee session. Happy Mabon to all of you. I hope you eat lots of carbs, and Taurus and Leo both boss life. Yes, absolutely. Also a cusp baby on the Sag side and married to a Taurus. Yeah. But it link. All right, that's my hint that I should hang up. Hang up? Is this a phone call? It's a one-sided phone call? I don't know. I'm looking parched. Why don't I drink? All right. I'm going to go do that. Did it post my shop thing? Doesn't look like it did. All right. See you later.